All right, now we are going to talk about the format. How exactly do you structure your entire write-up? Again, a word of a reminder for you that this is recommendation. All right. Obviously, the first thing that you write is your introduction. Okay. Then there is body paragraph 1, then there is body paragraph 2, then there is overview. Okay, there will be some teachers out there who will tell you that overview can be written before body paragraph 1. That is also acceptable. So overview is acceptable at both the places, right after the introduction or towards the end. Both of them are correct. You do not need to stress too much about how exactly will I how exactly do I frame my introduction, and then should I write overview or not. So it is acceptable at both the places. There's no need to stress too much about it. Okay, let's focus on introduction. Introduction must simply, in introduction, you simply are required to paraphrase the question. Okay, first of all, to understand this, you must tell me what exactly do you understand by this word, that is paraphrase. Okay, take a moment. If you need to pause this video, do pause it and try to understand this exact word, that is paraphrase. Paraphrase basically means saying the same thing but with different words. Okay, if I had to demonstrate this, I would say that Virat Kohli is the best cricketer in the entire world right now. Okay, this is what I say. If I had to say the same thing, but I'll have to use a different word, I'll say Virat Kohli is the best white ball cricket player on the planet Earth. Okay, you see, I simply just changed some words, but the meaning remains the same. That is paraphrasing the question. Okay, now what exactly are you supposed to paraphrase in introduction? So to answer that question, this is the statement that you are supposed to paraphrase. Okay, we are going to do it right now. Okay, let me, yeah. Okay, so if you need to pause this video and copy this statement, because we are going to paraphrase this exact sentence right now. Okay, so in all of my videos, if you want to actually learn, I would recommend you sit with a paper and a pen, or a notebook and a pen. Okay, so you can learn with me. Pause the video where you need to pause it, take some notes if you like, and then again start learning. Okay, so that is how we learn. All right, first of all, before we paraphrase, let me tell you what you are not supposed to do. The word over here, that is below, you're not supposed to write below in your introduction, because there will be no chart given in the answer sheet. Okay, now over here, if you look at this word, that is shows, how many synonyms can you tell me of the word shows? There are quite a few of them. If you go on the internet, if you go on Google, they'll tell you, but you must only remember 2 or 3, because you're only supposed to write one task, one response in your IELTS exam. So you'll not need 5 or 6 words. You don't need to memorize it. Okay, so the first one could be, and this is a fairly common one, that is illustrates or demonstrates. That's it. You don't need to think too much about it. All right, next up is global sales. What are some synonyms of global that you can think of? Yes, international, or worldwide, or that's it. Then different kinds. In place of different, you can write several, various. Okay, in place of digital games, what can you write? You can write electronic games from the year 2000 to 2006. Okay, so now that, see, again, in your paraphrasing, they're obviously testing your vocabulary. Okay, more vocab you have, more flexible you are with your vocabulary, more elegantly you will be able to paraphrase things. If your vocabulary is limited, your paraphrasing will not be as good. Okay, so indirectly what they want to know through your paraphrasing is your vocabulary, that is your lexical resource. Lexical resource is also one of the band descriptors for task 1. Okay, so let's write the first sentence. Okay, this will be the first sentence of your introduction paragraph. Okay, so I'll start writing. The bar chart illustrates. In place of shows, I am writing illustrates. Worldwide sales of, in place of different kinds, I am going to write various kinds. The bar chart illustrates worldwide sales of various. In place of kinds, you can write types. Okay, the more vocab you use, but keep in mind, do not get carried away by using a lot of complicated words. If you remember that, if you have seen this television show called Friends, in that there is an episode where Joey is required to write some recommendation for Chandler and Rachel. So he ends up using thesaurus for each and every word, and that write-up comes out to be terrible. Okay, so excessive use of vocabulary can have an exact opposite effect of what was intended. You might think that if you use fancy vocabulary, the effect would be good, but if you overdo it, the effect tends to go in the opposite direction. It will not work in your favor. So be very measured to use your vocabulary. Do not get carried away. Okay, so yeah, worldwide sales of various kinds of electronic games. The bar chart illustrates worldwide sales of various kinds of electronic games. Full stop. Okay, now this time frame, I can write it in a different sentence. I'll frame the sentence like this. Okay, the given time frame for the graph is in years from 2000 to 2006. Okay, this is your introduction. That is the paraphrase. That's it. No need to overthink. This is how your introduction will look like.